So I'm getting comments like Java Joe's a lot recently, mostly on my TikTok, but more so on my YouTube as well. What's Java Joe saying here? Java Joe is saying read tax code section 6331A. The IRS can only levy government officials. He's basically trying to say that the IRS can only levy the bank accounts, garnish the wages of government officials. And if the IRS tries to levy anyone else, then that's an improper levy. Well, Java Joe, let's see what 6331 actually says. I'm gonna get rid of your comment here. U.S. Code 63, Title 26, U.S. Code 6331. Title 26 is the Internal Revenue Code, the tax code, in layman's terms. And here's what 6331A says. If any person liable to pay any tax, okay, note the words any person. Okay, and I've seen other arguments raised that person doesn't mean person. But if we look at section 7701 of the Internal Revenue Code, where it defines terms used in this title, and remember that's Title 26, the entire Internal Revenue Code, when using this title, when not otherwise distinctly expressed or manifestly incompatible with the intent thereof, the term person shall be construed to mean and include an individual, a trust, estate, partnership, association, company, or corporation. So, if any person, right? If any person, not just government employees, if any person liable to pay any tax neglects or refuses to pay the same within 10 days after notice and demand, it shall be lawful for the Secretary to collect such tax by the Secretary of the Treasury and by extension the IRS, and such further sum as shall be sufficient to cover the expenses of the levy by levy upon all property and rights of property. And levy is just a word for the government taking your stuff, right? Seizing your stuff. Except exempt property belonging to such person or on which there is a lien provided in this chapter for the payment of such tax. Okay. Now, this next sentence here is, I think, where Java Joe is trying to read something into the text that's just not there. It says levy may be made upon the accrued salary or wages of any officer, employee, or elected official of the United States, the District of Columbia, or any agency or instrumentality of the United States or the District of Columbia by serving a notice of levy on the employer as defined in Section 3401D of such officer, employee, or elected official. Okay? This is just, if you just take this statement at face value, it's simply, it's not saying that levies can only be made against officers, employees, or elected officials of the United States. That's not what it's saying. It's saying, okay, if the IRS needs to levy a federal employee, it can do that by serving a notice of levy to the employer, right? There's a special federal payment levy program, okay, for payments, for levies on folks who are paid by the federal government, okay? That includes payments made as a contractor, okay? And they intend for this program to expand in the future to include federal employee salaries and other types of federal payments. Okay, so that's all that this is saying. It's not excluding everybody else because it says any person. Okay, there's no excluding language here that somehow in this sentence that makes the phrase any person nullified, right? That's not what's going on here. So I would say, Mr. Java Joe, I would respectfully disagree that the IRS can only levy government officials. So, if you want to learn more about how the IRS can take your stuff, check out these videos here on the left-hand side of your screen. If you have problems with the feds and your back taxes, give us a call at Choice Tax Relief, 866-8000-TAX, or fill out the form at choicetaxrelief.com. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.